So I've been fighting an uphill battle, and going out and doing these days is how I get further uphill. How I can really gain some elevation, even if I slide back a little bit for a couple days. I got lost. I got found. And not only that, I got a lot to talk about. Update where I'm at in my plan to live the dream. By the way, I'm already living the dream, and you're living it with me.
Walks with Wings here in California, and getting ready to go to this place in Chico, but ended up in the golf course instead.
Oops.
Yeah, so by this time, I'm like, how did I get here? This is further than I meant to go, and this thing's heavy, but that's okay. I came out for the workout, and we've had this nice picnic bench, and there's people golfing everywhere. Like, at first, I was like, this place is too ritzy for me and all my junk. But then, okay, you know what? Why not just have a picnic? I got hungry. I just went like 5 miles. It was supposed to be 4.5. That's okay. We were supposed to have a picnic right about at this measurement. Where is he? There he is. You want some lunch? He's a dog. He always wants lunch. Watch. Watch how he comes up on the table. He did this on his own. He learned how to do all the stuff on his own. I'm gonna help him though. What? He's getting old. Ozone is strong, but he's over 10 years old, okay? He's a good guy. I treat him as well as I can. I treat him better than I think some people are comfortable with. I do. I don't just spoil him. I treat him really, really good. And so this is really just a snack. I'm going to be eating most of these calories because I'm the one cycling. But there's something for Ozone. My little sticky buns. I said sticky bun. And honey buns. Ooh, honey buns. And then, of course, Ozone's got to have his meat, right? Because he's a dog. He's going to have some meat. And so we give him the beef jerky. There he goes. What? Oh, no. That looks like a fun project. I'm glad I didn't put it in the grass, right? And this is actually my protein. I'm building up because I'm working out. I got a sore tooth. And he's drinking his water. Lots of water for everybody. I always bring water. So I got to figure out how to get out of here. This is not where we're supposed to be. But that's okay. We're having a nice break. It's a nice, beautiful day. So let's pack up and get out of here. Okay.
Yeah, so we found ourselves again. And I just looked at the maps. We did 5 miles. I went the wrong way. I went 5 miles. Ended up at the golf course. We used their bridge to get across the creek. And then we did 1.5 miles here to 5 miles, which is where we were originally going, which was 4.5 miles away, which means we have 4.5 miles to do. It's going to be 11 miles instead of 9. I added 2 extra miles of kind of difficult terrain. It was the inclination mostly, on a single speed. We got here and we're kicking back and things are good. And yeah, we'll head back soon.
Indeed, Bidwell Park is the jewel of Chico. To have a state park that cuts right down into the city, and we're up at the top of it here at 5 Mile Recreation Area. And you could see, even with the grass all gone to seed, everything is so lush and beautiful in here. Winter or summer, it can be really, really good looking place. And we've only seen a bit of it. We saw the golf course. Now we're at 5 Mile, where we originally were going to go. Next, we're going to go down and stop at about a 3 mile spot. There's another recreation area and a field. And I'm going to talk a bit about the plan, where we're at, an update. So we're about ready to leave 5 Mile Recreation after Ozone took a little dip in the water. And here we go. This is Big Chico Creek that we've been on. This whole video is going down Big Chico Creek. You see it's flowing still pretty good from the winter water runoff. We're on a bridge right now, and we're going to pass a few more. So I'm just show you all the different beautiful views from 5 Mile down to where we break away at 20th Street to go back. Oh, wait, I had to stop again because it's so beautiful here. I wanted to check this out and show you all these picnic areas that are down this side. They have little barbecues in them, and the creeks over there. It's really nice trekking through this area. The roads and paths can be a little bumpy and stuff, but it's nice riparian woodland. It's just got such a pleasant feel to it. And here we are heading back from the access path road back to the creek itself. We're going to be crossing another bridge up here. Wanted to get a little more footage of me riding in a safe place where it's not too bumpy. My action camera's not working, so this is all being shot on my iPhone right here. And here's another beautiful bridge. On the other side is that field where I'll give you my update. Enjoy.
Right, update on this ride. We're on our way back, but we're taking the long route. It's going to be like a 12-mile ride. I'm tired already, but I'm pacing myself. Okay, that gives me a chance to do an update on where I'm at with the chance to live the dream. I mean, I'm living the dream, but I've got a journey coming for my real dream. So what I've been doing is trying to get out as much as possible this last year in order to keep myself strong, strengthen myself more in the ways that count. So I've been going out triking and walking. So we walk or trike 6 days a week. We're out. And, you know, I might not go out for 2 or 3 days, maybe if I'm really sick or hurting my disabilities. Okay, but we'll at least walk to the store and back and get a 3/4 mile walk minimum. And usually I'll trike. And when we trike, I'll do it 1 to 3 times a week. Okay? And I've been going 7, 9 miles. So I'm starting to push myself past just 3 or 4 mile trike right around the local area to the malls to go shopping. Build up my strength, especially since I've got more and more weight on the trike as I've built it out. It's where I need to build long-term muscle that's not going to go out on me when I'm using it on a daily basis, versus short-term strong muscle which comes and goes. So what I've been doing is riding and exercising as much as possible for everything, for my whole body, my circulation, my respiratory system. As you can hear, my voice is still going bad, but it's healing. And yeah, not just to get away from being sick, because I've been really sick. I get so sick at this place I live. We're all crammed in there in a really dirty place, and no amount of personal hygiene is going to avoid all of the dangers that somebody with a suppressed immune system and immunodeficiency, So it's been difficult for me. It's one of the reasons I want to move out of there. So I've been fighting an uphill battle, and going out and doing these days is how I get further uphill. How I can really gain some elevation, even if I slide back a little bit for a couple days. And that means that this tricycle over here, when it is loaded with another 90 pounds, plus water. So you've got to figure that this is going to be 100 minimum that I can expect to be carrying around is 100 pounds. More than I'm carrying around now. Right now, I'm at about 450 pounds with the dog and me and the trike and my tool set and just a little bit of cargo like groceries or something to go around. So I'm at about 250. I carry some water with me, so that pushes me a little over that. I might be as much as 260 or 270 some days. So that's medium duty for the Schwinn Meridian. And I'm learning what I need to do. I'm testing out my gear as I go along. So this is about an update on the big journey. How do I not fall flat on my face in a big journey that I've never done bike touring with anybody? I go out and I continue to do shorter trips so I can build up. And so I'm in training, and it's going to get too hot to ride in the summer, except for at night when it's going to be a lot of mosquitoes. I've got to do it. It gets hot here. It gets really hot here. So I'm going to have to make myself sit in the air conditioning during the day and to get myself up in the morning, up in the evening in the summer schedule, and then make sure that I get to bed early so I can get up early again in the morning. You see, because it's easy in the summer as it gets cooler. It's easy to stay up till like midnight, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, because it gets cooler and cooler, up until the hour of sunrise. And I'm rambling, but you can see that there's all these things that I've been thinking about. How am I going to get to a point where I can travel every day or 6 days a week? I'm going to have down days because of my disabilities, and every day that is not a down day that I can get back on the road, get in that saddle and move that 5-wheel tricycle rig 10 miles, 20 miles. Every day that I can do that is going to get me closer and closer to my journey. Now it's going to get closer to being fit to do it, both in gear and in body and in mind and in spirit. And it's also, while I'm on the trip, every day that I can move and do 10, 20 miles is a day that I am chipping away at somewhere between 800 and 1,000 miles, depending on what I do when I take my tour. And that's too much. That's too much at once. So I've got to get myself to a way that I can live day by day, 10 to 20 miles a day. And if I make 30 or 40 miles a day because of a good road and wind at my back, that would be really awesome. And some days I'm going to have to need to rely on that because I'll be down for maybe a whole week if I get really, really sick or seriously injured or something. So, I have to plan. I'm looking to make, 1,000 miles in 20 to 30 days. And I don't know if I can do it in that period of time. That's a goal window. We shall see. But by setting this window up ahead of me with some expectations of what I'm going to need to do, by going through different rides with my rig, then this whole trike life that I'm doing becomes more practiced. I become better at it, more skilled, more experienced. Problems that I hit on the road, like last time we went out, not last time before, I had to change the tube, and now I'm completely out of 26-inch inner tubes. And I'm hoping to make it through the month without having to buy one, because that cuts into our little tiny bit of food money. It's just how it is. I have to practice this. I have to keep doing it. I could put the trike away in the garage when it's bad season, like most people that live in a house that have a tricycle for enjoying themselves. And that's not who I am. That's not why I have a trike. So actually, I can't do that. I have to push myself I'm here, I'm halfway through my 50s almost, you know. I've got to keep myself strong, and I've learned more about it than I ever knew. I understand that true strength is tenacity, not bravado. True strength is in understanding oneself and how to apply oneself, not in making outlandish promises. And so I'm hoping to have as much strength as possible to make this journey. I'm dang sure heading out of Chico, and I've really considered, if things don't line up this autumn to get out of here, to ride out of here in a few months, for any reason, what if I spent another year in Chico? I don't know if I could do that. I really don't. I might need to find another situation, which I haven't been able to seem to find, but nothing better than what I've got, which is crap. So, yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. That's what this is all about. It's the whole plan to live the dream, is to not be disenfranchised, disempowered, and just completely at the mercy of the elements and other people when I'm traveling. Because when I was before, just what I carry on my back was fine, and that's where I'm going again. It's just my back's a lot bigger. I've got a rig, so I can't stealth camp the same that I used to when I have the rig. In some places, in wild areas, I can stealth camp. I've got camel tarps, but I'm gonna have to be, you know, dodging between like places that people can stealth camp and homeless populations, and there's a risk of me getting ripped off. So it's going to be, I've done a lot of research about my route and what route's going to be, I think, the safest for me. And I'm going to piggyback with bike tourists and other tourists and RV tourists and camping people. And I think it's going to be really good. But I'm not going to get there. I'm not just going to hop up one day and get there. I've got to work myself up to that strength. That athletic strength is more difficult for me to get to. I'm not going to go through my physical disabilities. I'm just going to say it's taking me more work. So by the time my departure dates, I've got more than one, just depending on how things work out. But by the time my first departure date comes, early autumn, if I decide to just take off as soon as it gets cool enough for me to ride, then we're going to see, am I going to meet that goal? So that's my first goal. Is really, let's see, April, May, June, July. It's really 4 months away. Maybe a little bit more, maybe 5, depending on the heat of September, right? And I've got to have all my shit together by then. All of it. Everything that I own, and all of the skills that I can make. So if I can't get things lined up, and I got ducks all over instead of in a row, then I'm going to have to push my departure date back. And I've got plans with somebody tentatively to hire a truck to get me down to Southern California, which is not what I want to do, but it's the smartest way for me to bring most of my junk to Southern California. But I'm afraid of driving. So this is something I'll talk about at a different time. I'm not like afraid of driving, but I am afraid of driving. It's not like a phobia. I've got reasons that I use a trike. One of them is economy. I can't afford a car, really. I mean, yes, other people in my type of situation too, but I haven't been able to. I have too many expenses. I have too many medical and nutritional expenses, especially with the dog. None of that's being covered by anybody. It's all coming out of a measly disability check. So that's all I got. I'm hoping that maybe if I get in a sticky situation, I can beg on YouTube or something when I'm on my journey. Maybe subscribers will help me, but I'm not going to rely on anything like that. I have to be strong enough, and that's why I'm going on these trips, and these trial runs and trying out the gear, practicing, getting in my head what works and what doesn't, and refining my systems. I'm not going to get into that, but that's like a huge thing, refining my systems. Like, look at this. See my cargo on my trike. It's working great for one little bag does. Everything I put on that cargo trike has been tied down a different way. Each one is a system of connection, a system of securing cargo. And each time I do it, like first couple times I work with cargo, I'll mess up. I'll be like, no, I got to hook it the other way. This doesn't work. But I get it down. I get my systems down so that I know what to do. So all of this is learning experience. What happens with the bicycle cart? You know, anything that happens with the bicycle cart, I have to know how it works. I have to be experienced what goes on. The two main things that go on worse with the bicycle cart are the dog sitting on the wheel and the wheel going flat. So, I mean, you know, I've got some 16-inch inner tubes. I'm just hoping that my 26 doesn't blow because I don't have any more until I can find more money. Because I can't afford it. But there we go. The summer will be tire popping weather, so I'll have to invest in Schwinn parts. So that's 4 months for me to economically prepare everything I need to. I'm almost ready to pack all my stuff up onto it. I just need some parts for the trike so that it doesn't break down, and wherever I go, you know, I can fix it. It needs some new bearings already, and it needs work on the back wheels about every 3 to 6 months. Depends on what, you know, if I don't hit any curbs or anything really hard, potholes really hard, you know, I can get about 6 months out of a rim. I can't adjust them with my arthritis. I can't keep them true. So I have to pay for somebody to do that for me. So you see, there's a lot. I could just keep going about all these little details. Each one of these is something I have to spend time to experience. And when I get it down, that'll allow me to go where I need to go, when I need to be there. And then, and only then, will I be living the dream. And that's the thing. You know, as human beings, we're like, oh, well, it'll all be better when this happens. No, right now is better. I've got something planned that is wonderful for me. But right now I am living the dream because I'm preparing for a goal in the future. And all these steps need to be taken for me to actually be on the road. Once I'm on the road, all those miles have to be done to get to the end. And there'll be a lot of experiences there. And that's what I'm looking forward to. But to get there in any sort of fashion that I could share it with you on video and have my life together and not be like risking all sorts of bad things, freezing to death and just stupid stuff, I need to have proper gear. So that's what I've been doing the last year. I've been gearing up, nickel and diming it, and that's in all the unbagging videos. I've been talking for a while here, so this is actually going to be a longer video, even though I snip it. Thanks for stopping and listening to everything that I have to say. It's important talk that I'm having right now as a landmark in my scheme of things, in how to move forward, live the dream, and find a new place to live except for this darn shelter in Chico that I can't stand. Or maybe get a little more footage on the way out. Love you. Thank you for watching.
Yep, another bridge. Wait, didn't we just go across this one? There's a series of bridges that were built or maybe rebuilt that are very similar. And they use very similar styles of architecture, but they weren't all built at the same time, so some of them are more decorated than others. All these bridges across Big Chico Creek here in Chico, California.
Blacktail deer. There are a lot of them in California. I've been living in such an urban life. I'm not seeing so many of them recently. It's the first time I've seen them since last season. There's deer in this video. So there's that. I am actually living the dream because I'm in the first stages of my plan to live the dream. I've got a new video. I just recorded a bunch of talk. Blockety, blockety, blah, 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 because I don't have enough subs for live yet.